You know, they told you over and over and over to know your worth, but no one showed you how to feel it. Am I right? Welcome back, beautiful ones. This is Venus Through the Houses, and today we arrive at the house of value. Okay? The house of money, of self esteem, the house of embodied worth, the second house. So if you have this symbol, Venus, in your second house, I'm talking to you. And before we start this, I'm going to let you know I have worked and worked through this house my whole life. Trust me, I have a stellium in here. So I have Venus in here and I have Chiron in here and I have Saturn in here, right? So I've got that uh, that wound that won't heal that I have to learn to work with. And I have that Saturn, Daddy Saturn. Y'all know Daddy Saturn. He's going to make me work, make me be the authority, make me be responsible, right? And I have worked in this house a lot. So you're going to see a lot of this in yourselves, what I'm about to say. And you'll probably see it in me too. So, but this is all for the good so we can get through this house, so we can transmute, transform, and work with it. Okay? Because we are abundant. We are powerful, right? So here we go. So again, if Venus lives here in your birth chart, or even if she's moving through this house by transit, you are here to remember the value. That value is not something you earn. It's something you are. Okay? But let's be honest. Most of us weren't raised to feel worthy. We were raised to perform for worthiness. Right? And if you're just joining this journey, I invite you to begin with episode 1, and I will leave it up here. Okay? Where we uncovered the truth about Venus. The Venus that's not just a planet of prettiness, but as a portal of magnetism. Okay. So, because this isn't just about Venus in your chart, this is not what we do here. This is about reclaiming her power to receive, to rest, and to radiate. Okay. And the journey through the second house, it's where we learn to stop proving and start possessing our innate worth. Now, first off, let's talk about the beauty wound of worth, right? Venus in the second house isn't just about having money and beauty or nice things. It's about the nervous system imprint that says, if I give enough, they'll finally see I'm worth it. This placement often shows up in people who are overgivers, under earners, and always swinging in between the two. Does that sound familiar? Yeah. Because at some point, the second house wound taught all of us. Your value comes from what you provide, not who you are. The beauty wound of the second house may sound a little bit like this. If I don't produce, I'm not valuable. Or if I'm not desirable, I'll be discarded, right? Or if I ask too much, I'll lose everything. So what do? So you shape your life around being palatable and productive and pleasing. And this can look like staying in an underpaying role out of loyalty. Oh my God, do I know that one, right? Or it can look like feeling guilt when you rest. That's a big one. Or struggling to receive without offering something in return. How many times do you guys receive something and then you feel like you have to return it somehow, right? Or equating being low maintenance, let me not rock the boat, with being lovable. Like, let's not hurt anybody's feelings. Let's not do that, right? Because I want to be lovable. I want to be seen. You learn to trade your needs for approval, your rest for reliability, your truth for perceived stability. But Venus didn't come here to be transactional. That's not who she is. She came here to remind you of your intrinsic worth, of who you really are before the world put a price on you. Do you understand that? Let me give you some real world examples. Or maybe one. Maybe you've always been the one who shows up, who helps, who gives the extra energy, the extra money, the extra effort, the extra love, right? But when you finally needed something, when you couldn't give, suddenly the phone was silent. The room was empty. The love was conditional. And you realized they valued what I gave, not who I was. Now, because of this last statement and the realization of it, that they valued what I gave and not who I was, because of that, in this second house, Venus, there is a distortion. Okay, let's talk about that. The distortion of Venus in the second house is conflating self-worth with external validation. So you start defining your value by your bank account, by your beauty, by your ability to be useful. But that's not the truth. Here's the truth. The truth is worth is not proven. Worth is remembered. When Venus is unhealed in this second house, you can feel like you're never doing enough to deserve abundance. That's a big one. You can also feel like guilt or discomfort when receiving gifts or praise or money. Again, going back to that, whenever you receive something, you want to get back, like can I have this without having to do anything back, right? That's an unhealed Venus. It can also feel like you're afraid to charge what you're worth or charge at all. It can also feel like you're prone to people pleasing in relationships, especially when love feels like safety. And in a capitalistic or a capitalist and patriarchal culture, this wound is amplified, right? You were taught, we all were taught, your value is in your utility. That's what we were taught. But Venus is whispering a different truth, and she wants to get louder. What she's whispering is you are valuable when you do nothing. You are worthy even when you rest. You are allowed to receive without debt, performance, or proof. Okay, so to really sink this in, let me give you a metaphor. Imagine your worth is a lush wild garden, right? But because of past betrayals or conditional love, right? You built a gate around it because of those betrayals and conditional love, right? It's to keep you safe. Now, every time someone comes to visit, you say, here, take this fruit, take this flower. Just don't see the soil. It's not ready yet. That's what you keep saying. You give the beauty, but you don't let them witness the roots. Does that make sense? Venus in the second wants you to open the gate, not to everyone, but at least to yourself first. And this is to say, I am the soil and the bloom, the seed and the sun. I am already whole. There's nothing to earn, but there's everything to embody. Okay, so let's do an embodiment practice. This is where, if you've never seen me before, I am different than everyone else. I not only want to tell you this stuff, I want you to be aware, become, and remember who you are. But I want to help you through this. I want to help you transmute this. I want to help you live the life that you've intended. Okay, so We're going to do like a somatic practice, right? This is to embody your and retrain your nervous system. Now, these things may sound very simple and boring, but it is up to you to do the work. Okay. So I can only guide you. It's up to you to do your work. Okay. I know I've had to do my work. Okay. So here we go. Now, this is just a simple exercise. And this is to retrain that nervous system so that you feel safe receiving. Enough with the unworthiness. No more. We're not doing that. Okay. So you're going to stand or sit comfortably, whatever you feel like. All right. And then you're going to place one hand on your belly and then one hand on your heart. And then I want you to breathe deeply. Okay. Like, I mean, really breathe deeply. Just that. Take in life, right? Just breathe deeply. And then I want you to imagine as you're breathing, you can close your eyes, you can keep them open, it's up to you. Okay. But I want you to imagine or visualize. Some of you visualize, some of you imagine. But visualize or imagine a gentle golden stream of energy entering through your crown chakra. That's above your head. Okay. So this golden stream of energy is just entering through your crown chakra and pulling into your belly. Okay. So it's just going down through you into your belly. Okay. And then once you feel it or see it, visualize or imagine, once you have it, then I want you to, as you're seeing it, as you're feeling it, I want you to say out loud, I am allowed to receive. I am worthy of rest. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of abundance without earning it. I don't have to give to be kept. I am already enough. And let this energy just soak in you. No fixing, no proving, just receiving. And practice this on a daily if you're just starting to do this, like daily. Okay. This will help you a lot, but it is up to you. Some of you may only need to practice it once a week, once every couple of weeks, right? It's up to you. If this makes you feel good, do it. Okay. Now, let's talk about when worth became a currency. Okay. So most people with Venus in the second house, we can all do this. We can trace the wound back to a transactional relationship with value. Okay. So maybe you were the responsible one, the caretaker, the peacemaker. And in return, you were told that you were mature. Oh, you're so mature. You're so wise. You're valuable. You're good. But those weren't compliments. They were contracts. And the contract was be useful and we'll keep you. So then what happened? So you became the fixer, the earner, the strong one, the I'm fine one. And eventually you forgot what your value felt like when no one was watching. But here's the truth of all truths. Here's the radical truth. You don't owe anyone your usefulness to be loved. You don't. You don't have to self-abandon to be accepted. Stop doing that. You don't. You were never supposed to be currency in someone else's story. That's not who you are. Venus in the second house says, I am no longer for sale. Okay, so let me give you a ritual, steps to take, call it what you want, okay, to help you reclaim your worth. Okay, what you're going to need is a small bowl or dish and 3 tokens, and they can be like stones, or if you're attracted to crystals or coins, right? A candle and a mirror. Okay, and step 1, what you're going to do is you're going to light the candle and place the tokens before the mirror. Okay, and then after you do that, I want you to say out loud, these are not my worth. They are symbols. but they do not define me. I reclaim my value from all who ever tried to price it. Okay. And then step 3, I want you to hold each token and name a time you traded your value for approval. This will take a minute, but it's just so important. Okay. Then I want you to place them back down and speak. And I want you to say this: I no longer perform for worth. I no longer barter my being. I am whole. I am sacred. I am enough. Then I want you to blow out the candle or let it burn with intention. It's up to you, whatever you feel is best. Okay. Now, before we go, beautiful ones, let me leave you with this. There comes a moment on this path, on everyone's path, where your soul says, I'm done paying to be loved. I'm done. And that moment, beautiful ones, is now. It's now. Now. Okay? Venus in the second house isn't here to make you rich in money. Though that may come. That's possible. Absolutely. Okay? But what she's here to do is to make you rich in worth. Not the performative worth, not the conditional worth, not fragile or borrowed or transactional worth, but rooted, undeniable felt worth, the knowing worth. And the moment you stop outsourcing your value, you will start radiating the kind of frequency that money, love, and life responds to with reverence. Do you understand that? It's the moment that you stop outsourcing it. Okay? Because you're not here to earn your right to receive. That's not why you're here. You're here to remember, I am enough. Before the paycheck, before the praise, before the proof. And when you know that, everything else becomes a reflection, not a condition. So, if this episode resonated, explore more. I'm doing the Soul Path with the North Node series, and I'm just finished the Pluto through the houses. That's where we have our wounds and the shadow and the sovereignty. Then I'm doing something brand new with Sacred Sync. I hope y'all are watching that. We are shifting our identity, and worth has a lot to do with this, okay? But that's our weekly sort of how are we doing? Let's check in. Let's shift our identity. And return next Friday when we explore Venus in the third house, where words become love languages.